Tonight's Coaches Show with Derry Trojans coach Tim Sweeney is presented by the Ground Round near the Westmoreland Mall in Greensburg. Whether it's specialty burgers and sandwiches, one-of-a-kind fajitas, or one of their homemade dinners, we've got what you like at the Ground Round.
And we're back with you from Derry High School Stadium. It's the pregame show here, and it's now head coach Tim Sweeney time. Coach Tim Sweeney Show brought to you, as always, by the Ground Round near the Westmoreland Mall. At the Ground Round, we've got what you like. And Coach, before the first game against Washington, you told me a couple of things, and those two things that you said was, we have to get better at what we do best. We have to gel as a team. And you also told me we have to make improvement from week to week. You start out against two very formidable and tough opponents. You're 0-2. Have those improvements been made, and talk about them a bit?
I think there was a noticeable improvement from week 1 to week 2, not only in our execution but in our overall conditioning. I think our conditioning is very good, but there's a big difference between the game conditioning and the summer type conditioning through the summer workouts. We learned from our game film from Wash High. We went out and executed better on offense against Mount Pleasant, although that didn't translate into more points on the scoreboard, but nonetheless we were happy with some of our ball control and some of the things we were trying to do. And if we have the same improvement this week, we should put more points up on the board.
Coach, last week obviously the score didn't reflect the type of game it was. In fact, a 14-7 game. You're driving the ball. You have the football for almost the whole third quarter, and then they were able to get it back. An unfortunate play. A sophomore can't hang on to the ball, and I know you're going to come right back to him and give him that opportunity again to make a play for you. But then Mount Pleasant gets the football back, and you make a couple of nice plays on defense, but then you're hit by a couple of penalties that hurt you.
Yeah, those penalties were rightfully called penalties, Coach Flick. We got into a tight situation, and I mentioned to the kids before the game, said we have to keep our poise. I told them it was going to be a 4-quarter battle with Mount Pleasant, and there's going to be some ups and downs, and these kids haven't been in that situation in a long time. So we had we let things slip away. Again, it's we were at fault. We got rightfully flagged, and we suffered the 30-yard consequences for the 2 personal fouls. So we have to do a better job of that, knowing that we're going to be in closer games, and we're not going to be out of the game at halftime. So we need to do a better job of that. I need to do a better job of conveying that message to the kids.
You certainly were able to run the football well last week. That was certainly a positive, taking off that time in the clock, and I thought Trey Friedline did a nice job of controlling the offense. He made one errant throw that he'll probably never make again across the field late. But all in all, with TJ Belega running and mix of the run and pass, it really seemed to be clicking offensively.
Yeah, I think TJ, obviously, I've said it before, just gives max effort on every play on both sides of the ball, and we also have him playing several of our special teams. But as well as TJ ran the ball, we can't overlook the effort that the offensive line put forth, because every great running back, there's an offensive line up front executing, and the offensive coaches and the offensive line did a nice job last week, and we were able to move the ball. We were able to do some things. We were just fell short, a little short in the red zone.
Defense made some plays, and special teams stepped up as well. So I know I asked you about the improvements, and you mentioned some of them, but you talked last week about working on the kicking game, and Winsec drills that right down the middle, and then also defensively you came up with some big stops. Yeah,
Noah and Sonny are our extra point field goal kickers and what have you, and they've been doing a nice job improving every week at kicking the ball. I'm the special teams coach, so any of those breakdowns are on me. We had the one breakdown in coverage against Wash High, and we hope that we have fixed that, and we won't have that again. Defensively, we played hard, and we have to win the field position battle. We have to make any team that we play, try to put together big, long drives. And tonight, Charleroi is a big play offense. I don't think their MO is to move the ball on the ground, but they have a lot of skill at the receiver position, and their quarterback is really shifty in the pocket, and he has a good pocket presence about him, and he's going to be the best quarterback we've seen so far this year.
Do you and your staff feel any added pressure now that the 2, big games, or the teams that were expected to do very well in the conference, they're out of the way now? Even though you're 0-2, you made those improvements. Now it's time for the Trojans to win.
I don't know if there's any more pressure than what there would be normally. Again, as I tried to mention to the kids earlier this week, I said it's about us, not who our opponent is. If we take care of the things that we need to take care of, and we continue to give the effort that this team is given, we will be fine. And if that means we win this game, so be it. And we'll all be happy. And if that means, hey, we fall a little short, I'll still be happy because I've not been disappointed after Wash High or Mount Pleasant.
Coach, let's address the health situation like we did last week. Let's first start with that, and then I have another question for you. But are we healthy?
Yeah, for the most part. Alex Medina will be out tonight with a separated shoulder. Vinny Maples has a little bit of a dinged up knee, but we expect him to go. TJ Belega didn't do much practicing this week. I mean, that's more my fault than anything else, but we ran him into the ground last week, as everybody knows. And again, he literally gives 100%. I've never seen before from, really anybody at the high school level play as hard as he plays. So we'll have to see. We're going to mix it and match it up on offense tonight and see how we do.
Flack saw a few carries in the second half, and of course Tyler Belega's run the ball well for you. He's another 110% guy. It's the Belega crew, but. Will we see Josh more involved in the offense?
We have to, yes. We have to get more kids, more carries. We can't give TJ the ball 30 times tonight. That's not our game plan. Our game plan is to mix it up. Not only mix it up with the ball carriers, but mix it up with the passing game and maybe some other things people haven't seen yet.
It's good that you're healthy. Charleroi comes in banged up a bit, and again, you're going to have your bumps and bruises throughout the season. One thing that you probably don't like to see is the fact that, some guys, they leave for different reasons or take a week off for different reasons. I'm going to put you on the spot here, and I don't expect you, we're not going to single anybody out, but the things that have happened in football, or just in general at schools, you got a guy, a two-way starter that's on vacation. That has to be certainly tough for you and your staff.
Well, it is, and it was something that was totally out of his control.
Right.
And I understand that, and we have to do what is best. What we feel is best at this point, without that player, is making a position move, which we did with Jim Yakupovich, stepping up this week, moving from tight end to contributing on the offensive line, and we're really proud of the week of practice that Yak has had. And as I said to the coaches and I said to the team, if we had 11 Jim Yakupoviches on that field, we'd be a pretty good football team.
Did those types of things happen back when you played football? Vacations, things like that?
No, I don't think so.
I knew. And again, I put you on a spot there, but that's okay because these things happen more and more throughout the year to some teams. Coach, a couple other things. First of all, Charleroi, you had mentioned them a little bit already. Very rope-a-dope style, I think. They like to just go out and spread things out and let it fly and throw the football a lot. That's what we're going to see tonight.
Rope-a-dope, I don't know. Very capable, yes, I do know. They're very capable of striking from anywhere on the field offensively. They get after you. Number 7 comes off the edge really nicely on their defense. So, they're prepared. They do what their coaches are teaching them to do, and it looks like they executed. And, they're 1 point away from, 1 or 2 points away from beating Southmoreland in Southmoreland in their opening game. They had a tough game last week against McGuffey. So they're not coming in tonight lacking confidence. So it's going to be a tough game tonight for us, and we hope to step up and meet that challenge.
Finally, Tim, keys to victory.
Turnovers. We have to get turnovers. We can't commit turnovers. We have to tackle well. We weren't able to get very physical this week in practice at all, so I'm concerned tonight. I'm interested to see how we're going to tackle, and can we control the ball a little bit on offense? If we do that, we should have a successful night.
I kind of figured that one was going to be thrown in there as well with controlling the football. Coach, thank you very much. Good luck tonight. Let's celebrate a win after tonight's game.
I'd love to, and thank you for you, Coach Flick, and WSN for covering our game and doing such a fine job.
All right, thanks, Coach. That's head coach Tim Sweeney on the pregame show, the Ground Round Coach Tim Sweeney show at the Ground Round. We've got what you like near the Westmoreland Mall. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more from Derry High School Stadium right after we take these messages.